Climate change, public health, economic shifts, and social inequality. We face grand challenges in these areas and more. Join us on Access to Excellence, the podcast where George Mason University's thought leaders explore global issues and the paths forward. Podcast.gmu.edu.
Hey everybody, Jason Ellis here. Oh mate, talking about Lean Feast. If you go to leanfeast.com, you will see this website with illustrious different kinds of food that is going to be prepared, packaged, and sent to you on ice, ready to go. You pop it in the microwave and you can eat it. Prep meals, everybody. It's what it's all about. It's the future. Stay healthy. Stay on target by going here. So leanfeast.com, use the promo code Ellis, and you get yourself a sweet-ass discount. And then cool-ven.com is the website for the heated bag. It's got a heating pad that heats up your food, keeps your food hot. And then underneath, how do they keep it cool as well? Cool, hot in the same bag. Cool-ven.com, code Ellis, 10% off. Might even be 20% right now. Get in there and check it out. And then onit.com/Ellis. These are my boys. They have everything you could ever want to stay healthy, stay fit. Workout gear, workout stool, like actual stuff that you can eat. All you need is a 4-foot area to stand in, and you have a gym if you go to onit.com. But remember the promo code onit.com/Ellis. Thank you. Ooh!
Fucking nunchuck action. Oh man, you almost whacked yourself in the nuts. Oh, you got in the back of your head.
You hear that?
Yep, that was a good one.
Let's do a show, you guys. Let's do a fucking show, and let's hit each other in the head.
Let's
Wait,
do it, Sensei.
I'll hit myself. You guys stay there. It's hot. I'm
a little
hot.
toasty. Yeah.
I try to warm up today because I feel like morning shows and my house, the convenience of everything, and it's like you're just living your life, and then all of a sudden you're doing a show, and then I'll look at it on YouTube, and I'm like, you need to wake the fuck up, you know? It's only two, like, you need to crack it. So today, it also depends on because I'm training for that fight, and if I train with other people, the next day I'm kind of like, oh, because it's still, I'm still getting conditioned for it, so I feel like I'm going to vomit. And then the next day, I'm so drained from it. I'm doing the best I can. I'm drinking all the water and, got the cold plunge. But I'm fucking 49. It's just, if you do 2 hours of jumping around like an asshole like you're 25, you wake up just stuffed.
I had to ice my knee after I took a walk to the store yesterday. Thank you, Cryo Freeze.
Man, you make me feel... You guys just know how to cheer an older guy up because you're saying nothing hit you in the knee.
No.
You just walked to a store?
I had played handball the day before with my son in my driveway, so maybe it was the cumulative damage I had taken. Yeah.
How hard was that game?
Not very hard.
Was he bumping?
Well, you know how you ever...
Did he trip you or something?
No. You know, like old man basketball, when you play pickup games, there's always a thing of where there's a guy who's tremendously skilled and he's like 50, so he can't run anymore, but he's so smart about how to play the game that
he's in a good spot for a shot every
he can kind of just stand in the post and move the ball around, and he manages to win even though everybody on the court's more athletic than him. That's how I play handball with my son. I'm able to stay stationary and just run him left and right, left and right. You've got him
running, right.
Yeah, exactly. So
everybody wins, Michael.
It could theoretically be a very, very athletically taxing thing, but my old man handball game in the driveway is so strong.
Right.
Yeah. that's not a legitimate excuse for sustaining tendon damage either. Thank you, Omax Cryo Freeze.
Wow. Are we doing the read today?
We are, yeah.
You just getting them in as well?
It's real.
Yeah. You know what? Okay, if we're doing that, because I'm not even doing a read, here's my new thing. Liquid Death. Obviously, people think that sometimes I am drinking a beer or an energy drink. No, it's water. It's fucking flat water. And it's in a can, which means there's no plastic, which means that island, the plastic in the sea.
I think there's 2 of them now.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Like as big as each other?
The patch. The ocean is so big that they found a second one that they didn't. The first one is the size of Texas, last I heard. It's probably gotten bigger since then.
Yeah.
And apparently they just discovered a second one that somehow they had missed up until now.
Well, here's my new cheat, because I like sodas because I don't drink. And then there's this Hydrotech from Onnit. And if you go onnit.com/Ellis, you get a discount. But you just pour it in one. Don't do the fizzy one because it makes globules.
Yeah, I'm not big on globules.
Yeah. So I said it incorrectly, but you understood what I was saying. Yeah, you don't want to do bubble water. It makes like globules. But this one, because it's not a bottle, so you can't switch to put the lid back on. And you're like, oh, Jace, how do I shake it?
So you go to take a sip, and then you start headbanging with the can attached to your mouth.
Yeah, headbanging. That's it. So that's what those young metalheads were after.
Sometimes I just like to rock. Michael, what can I say? You know? Sometimes they just jam out on dicks.
Can we get somebody to start a YouTube channel where they just find old thrash videos from the 80s and CGI in dicks? Where every guy... every dude in Anthrax.
I've seen porn people and they cartoon out the rest and make them look like they're rocking, but they're not. They're rocking dicks.
Let's flip that around.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yep, everybody in the crowd at an Exodus music video. Just pimply, horny, long-haired, poofy-haired teens sucking cocks in the pit.
Yeah. So,
Where'd you get those nunchucks from?
I've had them for a while.
Really? Those are sweet.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Where did I get those? Did my mum give them to me?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. But they're like real ones. Usually I grew up with the handmade ones where you get your mum's broom and you steal it, and then you saw it in half, and you measure it out, and then you just go to the hardware store. I just use the screw, the screw that you just twist in. It's got the hook on the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
Bob's your uncle. Those things were good to go. I don't even remember breaking them.
See, I always got the ones that were just like yoga mat material, like the black squishy ones.
Oh, fake padded ones?
Yeah, and even those still sucked when you whacked yourself in the nuts with those things. I wanted anything that made me look like a Ninja Turtle.
That was an okay sentence until the last word.
Yeah, but nah.
That's always where I seem to blow it.
I was already catching on with the padded nunchucks. It's kind of special needs. Not there's anything wrong with that, but it's like, why are you using that? Can't you just not hit yourself in the head? I mean, I hit myself in the head, but not badly. I feel like if you really went for it at my level, then yeah, you're gonna bounce one off your head. But
Yeah,
like
I would break my nose with that.
Yeah, but you and I know, I feel like I play with it, and if I don't get super wild, because I know that they barely land back in my hand, so who's to say that if I whip at maximum speed, that it doesn't just miss my hand and hit me in the head? I feel like that could totally do that.
I think.
Should I try playing with it?
You
Yes,
definitely should.
for sure.
Shout out to Ryan Sickler, by the way. Greatest podcast. Greatest man I know in podcasting.
Yeah, he's the man. Love that dude.
Kids, I think,
Greatest coffee mugs.
famously overestimate their ability to wield nunchucks. That's just like a kid thing. Like you with age comes the wisdom and experience to know what your limitations probably are with nunchucks.
Right.
Kids just pick them up and assume that they are going to be a Ninja Turtle, because of course that is the highest level one could aspire to when wielding martial art weapons.
Well, yeah,
I'm not even sure if Donatello is good at nunchucks.
See the
that's
nunchuck guy?
Michelangelo.
I don't think they're that good at it. I know that one's got like a long stick. Sorry, I've got an intense microphone.
Yeah, somebody's got a stick, somebody's got nunchucks, and then the one guy has like barbecue tools.
Yeah, and
Size. That's
Sure.
Raphael.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
they're like kind of swords, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, swords are dangerous.
But you can only poke somebody with them. They're not sharp
Oh,
on the
that's a
side.
slashing
It's like a
side
huge
bit?
it's like a huge skewer.
Stabbing people is pretty deadly.
And it's because it's got the side ones too, so you can
I'd
catch a
rather get
blade
hit
with them
with-
and turn them.
I'd rather get hit with a nunchuck in the head than get stabbed with Donatello's sword poker.
You said so many wrong things.
Lasagna he did he made the chain spin on his wrist.
Yeah, I don't want to try that.
Watch this, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll break.
Don't try this at home.
I blacked out for a second. We're talking about lasagna?
Israel Adesanya.
Ah. The last pizza bender. Damn.
Hang on a minute. That's going to break his hand.
Yeah, Kevin, why did you want the padded ones? You're such a pussy and you're so stupid.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. It's going to come.
Don't worry, something will break eventually. Oh, it kind of got, yeah, that was the thing.
I'm not too worried about my face. I'm sure my computer I can't afford to replace will save me.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, my God.
Oh, broke the studio.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You were close to pulling off the trick and breaking the iPad.
I'm very, very surprised that you simultaneously didn't pull that off and also broke the studio.
Dang it! Hang on a minute. Stand by.
All right, I saw it.
It's not real.
I saw it happen.
You guys are just
Kevin, should we just I don't know, you want to play pin the tail on the donkey, but instead of pinning tails, we'll shoot poison blow darts around the room blindfolded?
I'm very good at making blow darts.
Start another sport while I'm doing this for sure.
I'm surprisingly good at making blow darts.
God damn it! I need Israel Adesanya's movies.
I'm surprised you've had the opportunity to test your skills at making blow darts.
Yeah, when I was at Bing Boing School, we used to hide in the bushes and shoot blow darts at people when they walk by.
Okay, when you say a blow dart.
Oh, that was cool.
I did it.
I saw it.
Show's over.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I have a feeling my nuts are going to be destroyed.
Intensity. Why do you feel
Your
like
nuts
you're gonna
better
hit
than
yourself
my
in the nuts?
anything.
Yeah. Your nuts are so far away from everything else. Why would you hit your nuts? All right, that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit me. Oh, yes, threw it at Tully. There you go.
No one sees that one coming.
Do that, but face Tully. That way, it's like.
Hey, don't face me.
Yeah, but it goes backwards more. It seems. Oh my God. Yeah, no, keep going, working it. That was convincing. Yes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's good. That was good. Yep. Now go. Around the leg. Who? Oh, hey, fucking.
I feel like I'm watching Ernest Goes to Taekwondo.
Oh, man.
Hi, Vern.
Oh, dude.
I can do nunchucks.
Now I know how he hits himself in the nuts. He just starts. Oh, there you go.
I got my hand in my elbow.
Do you think you'd be better at defending yourself with those nunchucks or without them? Like, would you prefer if somebody was coming at you in a fight at the supermarket or something? Would you be like, man, I really wish I had those, or would you just prefer hand to hand because of how little you know of the nunchuckery?
Yeah, if I went at an attacker with nunchucks, I fear for myself more.
Because the most dangerous thing about using nunchucks when you don't know how to use nunchucks is there's a huge chance that when you nunchuck the guy, you drop him and he gets the nunchucks.
Right.
And now you're like, wow. You know? You
Exactly.
really wish you didn't bring nunchucks to that fight.
Well, that's why, right. You if you're going to bring any weapon to a fight, you want to make sure that you're superior at wielding that weapon. Because I do feel like, Kevin, I really don't think, I find it very, very hard to believe. I know you have a very high opinion of your survival and fighting skills. But like if a guy came at you at the supermarket, I don't think you would be doing a twirling thing. If you had them in your hand and instinct or your brain told you, you would just be whipping it at the guy. Yeah. And I do think that is better than nothing until you drop it and then you're royally fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you can get it to land at the start and then maybe throw a punch behind it, because if you know how to just have it in under your elbow and you can flick it out, that's a good shot.
Yeah, I feel like my best bet fighting a guy off at the supermarket with nunchucks would perhaps maybe hold two hands on one stick and then try to just whack him across the side of the head.
Yeah.
But if he parries, it's going to swing back and smash me in the face.
Yeah, but not as hard. A bounce off somebody's back to you is not that much of a injury. You've really got to swing it hard to make that hurt.
Putting nunchucks in my hands helps the attacker's odds. I'm a
That's
threat to myself.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe you could. use it to block him with the chain, like hold both of it, and that could kind of save shots from going through. But if he knows how to fight, then you're screwed.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps I could hold both sticks together and try and club him, but that defeats the purpose of nunchucks. Oh, you ever seen those fucking 3-piece ones?
Yeah. Yeah, they seem... that's one that I would for sure headbutt.
You got to be a real G to use one of those.
Yeah, I agree. It's like too technical for me. Not that I demonstrated that basic nunchucks are any easier, but look, I found them this morning and I tried it for like 3 seconds to use a swipe up for the Patreon show, Patreon/EllisMate, if anybody wants to join us. But yeah, I only had a few seconds and I saw it, and I saw Izzy using it yesterday on Instagram, so it made me try that. But I think an hour or two, and then you get like a couple of things together, and then you work on those things, and then you do the combo of I know this one, and I know that one, and then you cut out, and obviously you probably drop it like 55. To me, it's like skateboard tricks. If you did it enough, then you start to do it all the time. But at first, you only make it a couple of times, and you're like, did you get it? Because it was so fucking impossible. You barely knew how you made it. Like, I feel like I've done that in skateboarding before where I barely understand it. I just want to make it so bad. And then I make it. And then it's like, could you do that again? I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I can't tell you exactly what I did to make that one.
Yeah, I feel like nunchucks lessons, definitely beneficial.
We could do that if the show doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Nunchuck school? Because we're the #1 comedy karate podcast in the world. Did you know that?
Right. Nobody makes learning nunchucks as funny as us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If
and
that
we could
whole display...
give people pants instead of belts. I mean, they get belts too, but they get different colored pants.
Or
Right.
suspenders.
You get brown pants.
Congratulations. You are now purple suspenders.
Congratulations. You look like Robin Williams in 1981.
And you have to wear them at all times.
Grasshopper.
Yep.
You wear them under your other pants.
In 2021, talking about mental is finally a thing, and that's why we're excited to be sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Anybody who's listened to the show knows we've all sought out mental help and therapy in the past, and Lord knows we could all use more, right, guys?
There wouldn't be a show if I didn't go to therapy.
Fair enough.
Notice how nobody in the room argued about that.
No, I totally, I couldn't. I'm agreeing as hard as I possibly can.
Right. Yeah, it saved my life, relationship, job. I mean, if you're a person... I feel like especially these days, people get down. There's a lot of things that happen that give you a good reason to be down. And it's hard to ask for help. And therapy, these are professionals. That's their job. So when you ask them, it's not a burden. They're there to do this work, and I really highly recommend it. And this place, if you don't like your therapist, you can find another one. It's not over. There's a lot to choose from. They're hiring people all the time, so there's constant new people. If that first one doesn't work out, a lot of people always ask me about it. Like, well, I didn't like my therapist. See another one. It's not over. It's like a guy that works on your car. There's not one mechanic in the world. So this place has that to offer. I think it's pretty cool.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and the Jason Ellis Show listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Ellis. That's betterhelp.com/Ellis. Gentlemen, raise your hand if you are not interested in achieving harder and or stronger erections.
Oh, wait, no.
That's right. You love big, raging boners. And that's why, Kevin, I know you go to BlueChew.com.
I do.
I don't like to rage anymore, Michael, but my dick can't stop.
It's got a mind of its own.
That's right.
There's no quit in that guy. That's right. And that's why if you feel the need or just the interest in experimenting with drugs to deal with erectile dysfunction, everything you need is at BlueChew.com. It's inexpensive. It's easy. You don't need to go anywhere. It's online. No doctor visits. The process is incredibly simple. And here's a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code. That's Ellis at checkout, and you will just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Ellis to receive your first month free, and we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. So nunchucks, without a doubt, one of the coolest weapons ever invented. Where do they stand in terms of effectiveness compared to other things that people who didn't have machine guns invented or could have invented?
Okay, I feel like when it comes to knives, I know that the Chinese had the little ones where they flick around in their hands. So you can flick around your hands, which means if someone tries to get a hold of the blade, you can flick it around them and still keep stabbing them. If you're at the highest level, I feel like those guys are really good.
Let's just assume we're talking about people who are elite at wielding these things.
Right. So to me, the long stick is like... I feel like the long stick is more...
Yeah.
Like when people really know how to use it, there's distance... So you can't fucking get to me because I'm holding this long stick out, and all the good guys, not us, good guys that have that crazy, that crack, they block with it and all kinds of shit with karate involved in it. It just makes more sense because it's never a nunchuck is you go bing and it comes flying back, or they get a hold of it. You don't have enough power on your end to push it forward or push it back to make it slip out of their hands.
Yeah.
Like, to me, if someone tried to beat me up with a nunchuck, I'm going to take your shot on the forearm and get a hold of your nunchucks. Like, that one's, if it's a baseball bat, then I might break my forearm trying to do it, but I'm going to save me, I'm going to stop that bat, and you're going to fucking die after it. But it's easy to pick. If you do this to me, and I'm like, go on. When you think you've really got it and I can't step back enough to get out of the way, I'll take it. Like, go on, hit me in the head. I'll take it right on the arm. And it might break if you're really strong, but it might not. It might just be a bruise. But now I got you, and now I got the bat. And nunchucks, nowhere near as bad. If you put your forearm up and they go to like flick you on the top of the head, and the chain hits you, you're stopping the momentum. It's half a stick that goes bink off your head. It's just nowhere near as... Like Bruce Lee and all those dudes, they usually look cool when they're doing this, but in the end, the actual strike is like, yeah, and it's like, dink, bink,
and it
bink.
also looks much cooler when you put sound effects in it. Like, I bet you, as pathetic as my display was, if you put some kung fu sound effects in there, it's going to look like 10% cooler.
Okay, good. Because I thought you were going to say that it looked lethal. There's no editing that could ever make you look lethal with what you just did. And me.
Right.
I'm
Unless
not trying to
somebody
say
digitally put in stick figures wherever I was wantonly waving.
You should have somebody do real editing where it's like Conor McGregor's and people like that coming at you. Ping, 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 ping.
Well, how about
And
this?
Bisons.
Are there YouTube
Bisons. Cars?
Are there YouTube videos where somebody tries to rip off a 7-Eleven in Japan, and the shop owner hops out from behind the counter and beats the living shit out of them with nunchucks?
Yeah, not nunchucks.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Here's the point I'm getting at.
It's so weird that if you're that, because that one's you have to be so high level at nunchucks to win in a nunchuck fight. Mm-hmm. Like most of us, even like Nick Diaz, they both spin him around. I see him in videos where they're smoking weed in the living room. They use that to like kill the day. I'd rather he beat me up with that, because I feel like if he dropped it and just started using his hands and his elbows, it's going to get way worse.
My point is this, and I say this with all due respect and then some to Japanese culture, and I say this as somebody who
Is it Japanese?
Yes, I just looked it up to make sure I knew what I was talking about.
Okay.
They're from...
I'm glad to know that you looked it up,
yes.
So then I didn't have to sound...
Traditional Okinawan martial art in Okinawa is a prefecture of Japan.
Right.
Japanese people sometimes are too clever for their own good. See also chopsticks. More elegant than forks. Without a doubt, not as effective.
Look, it depends. I feel like if I had a spoon and a lot of rice, now I would get full really quickly.
Sure, if you're looking for something that won't let you eat efficiently.
Thank you, Michael.
And you've got some rice.
Okay.
Chopsticks
are
the ticket.
I'm glad you're married to Japanese and you got half Japanese, baby. Just to everyone to clarify, his bashing, it's okay.
I don't think it saves me anymore, but I'm willing to endure whatever scenarios come my way.
I'm serious.
And nunchucks.
I don't know why, Michael, but I feel like rice and spoons, it's just too, it's like chips and salsa. Mm-hmm. I don't want a spoonful of salsa. I need a shit spoon that gives me a little bit of salsa.
You don't need the scoop chips with the artificial punch bowl.
Unless I'm really high, because one time this one guy, he showed me that you get the scoop corn chip, then you put salsa in it, then you put some shredded cheese on the top of the salsa, and then you put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds, and that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Because it's like a taco, a mini taco.
Just going to go out on a limb. Did that guy use the word hella a lot?
Wow. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And when we called him, his name was DJ Snacks for the longest time because I remember he did it and he was like, you do this and then you do this and then you put it in the microwave and it went bing when it was ready and he looked at me like, help yourself to that. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. And then, he watched me bite it and then sure enough, it was fucking tasty.
I'm
Very
excited
tasty.
for my
Never
son
forgot it.
to enter the time of his life when there's time enough to really dedicate yourself to inventing microwave snacks. When you go to the doctor and they prescribe some sort of medication, I think we all have the same thought. What's the most convenient pharmacy for me to go to pick up my prescription? Has it ever crossed your mind that the one that's the most convenient or near your house or on the way home from work might not be the cheapest? It might not even be close to the cheapest.
Right.
That is why you need Good RX, the place where you can instantly compare prices for your prescription at every pharmacy in your area and save up to, get ready for it, 80%.
It's pretty cool. I've looked at it, and they just show you. And even my basic mind just says, "Wow, look at that! There's my pills for way cheaper. Why would I not get them? Someone that has to take them every day, and that means I always have to get prescriptions, probably for the rest of my life. Why would I not try and get those cheaper?"
That's right. Find out why Good RX is the #1 most downloaded medical app and millions of Americans use it. Start saving up to 80% on your prescriptions today. Go to goodrx.com/Ellis. That is goodrx.com/Ellis. goodrx.com/Ellis. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance. In 2020, GoodRx users received an average savings of over 70% off retail prices.
Boom. You know what I'm worried about with the youth, Michael?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'm worried about the youth because they don't do blow and they don't fuck as much, but they're into the modern medicine of the world with the shrooms and stuff, and that's cool. I did shrooms too when I was a boy. Actually, I did shrooms this morning, but that's not the same.
Sweet.
I didn't do shrooms like, oh man, I'm microdosing. Like I'm not.
Okay.
I do it every couple of days. I'm never tripping balls. But I saw a show where a guy was talking about how he did a bunch of shrooms and he got naked. His friend came over and he got naked and put dirt all over himself. And his friend was like, man, that's too far. So he left. And then the guy that was shrooming naked with dirt on him was like, where did my friend go? And then he went down to Hollywood and Franklin and was looking for him. And then, the police came. And I'm like, man, that's too much. That's too much. Like, he told the story like, sometimes that's the game. I'm like, man, sometimes that's the game that you get naked and go down. Isn't there like a bunch of offenses that you pay for the rest of your life on that one? Is that not indecent exposure and now you can't go near schools and shit?
Well, it's gonna. There's what you could be charged with, and then there's what you are charged with, and there would be a lot of discretion, I think, for the prosecuting attorney and for the judge and stuff. I don't know.
He was a white guy, so that
he'll be
probably
fine.
helps, right?
He'll be fine. Okay, so marijuana today is not the drug that it was when I was smoking as a kid. People are smoking more of it, and it's in a more concentrated doses, and the weed itself is quite a bit stronger. Now, I don't think, to the best of my knowledge, that mushrooms have gotten stronger. They're still just pulling them off of the side of cow shit in a field in Wisconsin somewhere. Are people taking a lot more mushrooms than they used to?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Is there a cap on how high you can get on mushrooms?
No.
You don't think so?
No, because they get stronger and they do more grams. Some of them talk about, hey, I did 3.5 grams and I went into a deep. And I'm like, man, you guys with your 3.5 grams of deep traveling, because a lot of them are pretty convinced, because it does help. Sort of helps clear your mind, maybe gives you a bit of a reset of sorts, makes you think about things in a more organic way. I definitely feel like when I even do the microdosing, I'm less inclined to want to eat meat. I kind of like nature a little bit more. So it's not bad at all, but I feel like when you
I haven't done mushrooms in 25 years, and I'm a better person for having done them. So I wouldn't debate that part at all. Yeah.
But I feel like when you do them all the time and you do heavy doses and you keep telling people about, I was in this really deep hole and I was like, man, relax. You've been here before. You get yourself out. I'm like, is that fun? Is that fun to you to spend a Friday where you fucking work on getting out of the death hole for fucking 4 hours, and you go, what an experience though, like really challenging.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I don't know. Well, I'll do a couple. Like I did ayahuasca. I did I was fucking terrified, vomiting, and I saw death, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to do that every Saturday. Holy shit, man.
No, I stopped doing hallucinogens for the most part after I had a bad acid trip and really didn't care for it, and then had a bad mushroom trip and really didn't care for that.
Yeah.
And I was talking to this hippie guy that I knew in Philly, and he was currently tripping on mushrooms and trying to give me some. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of out of that.
Yeah.
And when I told him about, I just had 2 bad trips, and it's just like, fuck it, I don't want to put myself back in that situation. He was like, oh man, I love bad trips. Like,
No, I know those
all
people.
about it. Yeah.
They love the challenge of escaping the norm, because I think it happens to everybody. You do a certain amount of those psychedelics, you feel yourself disappearing, and depending where you sit in your life at the time. When I was really young and I could give a fuck about existing, I didn't even know what it was. The drugs would kick in and I'd feel myself disappearing, and I'd be like, hell yeah, I don't care where I'm going as long as it's not here. But then when life gets like more of a grasp and I like my life, kids fucked it for sure. Like, I can't be tripping balls. What if they need me? They don't, but they probably fucking do the day I start tripping balls and I'm not home. I don't want to be like, what? I'm tripping out. What do you mean I got to go to the hospital? Like, I can't. Like, I'll think of the impossible because I feel myself slipping away. Like, I like to be high, but I like to be me high. Like that whole, the Matrix where the fucking bug thing, and he touches the mirror and he sinks him. He goes into the That's what it feels like. And there was a time in my life where I'd feel it and go, do it, and I'll be on the other side when it happens. Fucking do it. I'd be so happy about it. I could feel. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna go into the hole. And now, if that starts to creep on, I'm like, no, no, man, you're too old. You got things to, I start doing and then like these other tougher shroom psychedelic champions, I know how to ride it. I just know that now I can ride it, and I'll do the thing where you breathe, you go through it, you're here. Like, if it was going to happen, you talk yourself off the ledge. But it's not, I don't come out of it and go, what a journey, what an experience. I'm a better man for it. I'm not a fucking better man for it. If anything, I was like, you know what, dude? Because I did the ketamine pill, and I hadn't done it for a long time, and I was doing it to relax, and it was way too much. It was way more than relax, and I was so fucking devastated. Like, I called my wife and was like, oh my God, I have just fucking done the dumbest thing ever. I've got to pull off and sit in a parking lot because I can't believe I've done this.
Yeah, coming out of a bad trip isn't like, well, I climbed Kilimanjaro and it got a little hairy there for a while and wasn't sure I was going to make it out alive. There's a lot of glory in that.
Dude, you're saying a thing where I've heard people talk about a trip in that exact fashion, where it's like, yeah, I'm used to it because I heard somebody talking about the fucking frog venom thing, and I'm like, God, I'm going to go back again. And I'm like, wow, you felt like you were dying and all this pain was coming and you're going to go back?
Remember when I almost did that on the radio?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
don't think I was going to let you.
Out the night before.
I don't think I was going to let you do it. I really don't.
It was all because I have like this weird itchy thing. Like, I think they just call it dermatographic urticaria, where I'm just constantly allergic, and I take a ton of antihistamines every day just to keep it at bay. So I don't.
Yeah, we were trying to help,
and
we had a friend who does a lot of animal research. He works with scientists and whatnot. But bless your heart, Donald Schultz. I love you, but you are crazy, and you, if you were here, you would laugh at me saying that and agree at the same time. You are crazy.
For people who don't know who he is, I was sitting on the toilet like 6 weeks ago, and my phone rang, and it said South Africa, and I was like, maybe it's Donald Schultz. So I answered. I haven't spoken to him in years. He told me he needed our help because he's making a drum circle of South African Bushmen make a tribute album to Tool, and told me he was going to follow up with an email that has yet to come.
What do you want you to do?
I think he wanted maybe Death Die to be involved in.
We're going to go to South Africa and play bongos?
I don't think we needed to actually go there to be involved in that.
We're going to do.
But this is the caliber of person who was he popped into my life to tell me that, and then popped out of my life just as quickly. That's the guy that was trying to give you toad venom.
He's a guy that is known for having a glass house in the middle of a city and living in it for a week with like hundreds of snakes. Remember, that's how we met him. He'd done that. He'd just recently done that before he hung out with us.
Yeah,
Also
the
choked
day-
him unconscious, but he didn't go out, and he kept wiggling, and I didn't really know that I was choking him at the same time because I was holding him in a choke for someone to put their butt on his face. And I squeezed the blood out of his face to the point where his eyes were bleeding.
True story.
He had red
pretty
eyes
metal.
for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, when he showed up that day with the frog venom,
Yeah.
he also had a syringe full of adrenaline.
That's right.
In case my heart stopped.
Yeah.
He was going to Pulp Fiction me.
Yeah, no, that was scary.
That reminds me
Yeah.
of something I saw earlier in the week. I'll tell you something, but it's going to kind of spawn some questions that I don't have answers to. One question, really. I just learned about dreamfish, which was the Roman. Oh, hello, Kevin. Glad you could be here.
Why did you just vomit on your dick?
Pardon me.
Just do that every now and then. Just all over your dick and tell you just keep going.
Dreamfish was
Think about the promo, Kevin.
It'll happen. Give it time.
I think it just did happen.
Such a good promo on Instagram. She's just puking all over your dick.
Bruh.
And he just keeps telling the story. It's like, yeah.
If something comes out, I promise you, I will sit in the pocket. I will keep talking.
When
Yeah.
that day comes, remember this
I'll
conversation.
try to
I
remember
will start nunchucking immediately because you got to keep the action.
Dreamfish was the Roman version of LSD.
Is this an actual fish that you lick or some shit?
You eat the fish.
Ah.
You need a
Raw?
the dreamfish. I don't know. It sure seems like you would want to eat it raw.
To get maximum high out of it, right?
Well, you're going to get maximum amount of high out of it. However they were doing it, they were getting maximum high. This
Nice.
whatever fish this is
Yeah.
ate a certain type of algae.
Is it gone now?
Well, there's the question. That is
Where's
the question. It would make them trip for like 3 days.
Oh. Man, I got to have no job to trip for 3 days.
Yeah, that's intense.
Excuse me. Yeah, everybody has to leave me.
But
if
I
I
read-
trip on 3 days, everyone has to sign a contract where I'm no longer me.
Mm-hmm.
My kids don't know me. You know, I've gone.
Right. But there's a time and a place in your life, and they said this was basically a party drugs. You could go to
Yeah.
Ibiza, and you could eat the dreamfish. Or you could go to the Fire Festival and eat a bologna sandwich and eat the dreamfish.
Wait, this is a recent fish that people are using.
Well, no, I'm saying whatever the Roman
Oh,
equivalent
okay.
of.
Because it's not here anymore.
I don't know. I don't
Well,
see why it
not,
would be
Michael?
gone.
You're talking about it, and then you can't tell me if I can get a trippy fish.
I told you from the start.
All I
that-
want is a fucking trippy fish. And you're just fucking tantalizing me with potential trippy fish, but in actual fact, long gone trippy fish. I can't handle trippy fish anyway, I just realized. I can't do 3 days of tripping.
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Waking up still tripping sounds annoying.
Yeah, I've done that.
Well, they did it, so it must have been pleasant. That's all I can really tell you. Is just imagine
Back then,
some fun drug thing.
Yeah.
Could you imagine a slightly milder form of ecstasy?
Yes.
That you just for 3 days and you go, I'm going to turn in. We'll just pick up this party in about 8 hours. Woohoo! Love each and every one of you with all my soul. See you
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, I would lick that fish.
For
I'm into it.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how many lobsters do you think it would take to beat you in a fight?
Okay. Now, I think I have a very realistic opinion of my ability to fight wild beasts. I think I could take quite a few lobsters.
Yeah, because I was thinking about who would win in a fight, a rat versus a lobster, and I was like, a lobster would beat the fuck out of a rat would beat the fuck out of a lobster, and it would be way less rats to kill you in a fight than how many lobsters. Like, if I had to say I was in a padded room with 100 rats, that's a fucking tough fight.
Yeah.
I'll probably win, but I also feel like that could be me with I could beat a bear with a sword thing where I'm incorrect and living in a false reality.
And these got to be motivated rats. Assume that they're like starving to death.
Yeah, like when they do the thing when they put the can on
Yeah.
on your stomach and they heat the can and make the rat bore through your stomach. I don't think a lobster could bore through your stomach. I reckon his pinchy things are pretty useless. I reckon, if you get in the pinchy thing and you're a creature of his size, that's probably a fucking rat for you. But me, I mean, how many pinchies of a lobster does it take for me to die? It's got to be millions.
I guess the question is if a rat is going to fight a lobster What are the lobster's vulnerabilities, and can the rat figure them out?
You don't think a rat could bore through a lobster?
Through the shell?
Yeah.
Well, okay, first of all, if a rat can, because rats are incredibly agile on the ground.
Right.
If a rat takes a lobster's...
Big claws, big teeth.
Takes a lobster's back, I don't think the lobster can do a damn thing about it. But, I mean, again, it's hard to imagine what would make this rat, I guess, once again, if it's starving to death, to realize there is some sustenance inside that exoskeleton and to bore through. In that case, hell yeah, it can. Hell yeah, it can.
Yeah, let's assume that everyone's pissed and we're fighting to the death.
Right. But like, what about...
I would say 10. It would take 10,000 lobsters to kill me.
Rats can scratch, right?
Yeah.
Right, they don't just bite?
Through your skin.
Right. So if a rat gets on a lobster's back, I'm assuming if you like pull out the eyeballs and stuff and mess with the antenna.
Yeah, that would fuck him. They could eat their face.
Right.
But eating their face would put them near their face and they could get caught in a pinchy.
Well, that's why I'm saying if you come over the back.
Yeah.
If a rat can figure that out.
Because they can't go over here, can they? They can't do that. God is a prick, right? Like, you made a lobster with these fucking crazy pinchy things.
No, yeah.
And the only thing lobsters can't do is that. It's like, you should have made me have a sweet shoulder.
Right.
Because now there's one way you can beat me. You get on my back and I'm like, oh, mate, I can't do behind me back pinchies. I'm fucked.
Well, they're bottom feeders, right? Everything that they want is beneath them. There's plenty of sea animals that have similar predicaments that just aren't predicaments because there aren't rats trying to kill them in the sea, like stingrays, right? Their mouth is fully on their tum-tum.
Who in the sea eats lobsters? Is it seals?
Mm-hmm. I don't see why not.
Seals grab them, but
There's
who else?
probably quite a few things in there that eat them.
Who? Like sharks don't eat lobsters, right?
I wouldn't think so. You got to be able to break them open, right? Because
Yeah,
like those,
but I've seen a seal do it.
Yeah, because
But
seals
seals have like dog teeth. They're fucking canine fish.
You think squids will eat them?
No way.
They
don't
got
know
beaks.
about
They can
that.
break their shell open and suck out the gooey
You
insides.
think?
Maybe.
How many octopuses would it take to beat you? In the sea, in a pool where you can stand.
boy.
Titty height.
What size are they?
Average. So, this big. Head's about this big.
I don't know that they're that strong.
Oh, when I went to Hawaii once, I went swimming with this lady that had an octopus tattoo on her, who went down to the bottom of DC and got an octopus and put it on her, and so she was like, "Look at this! So look at this, you fucking dumb tourist." So I'm like, "Oh man, I'm a tourist," and started filming it. But then I watched her try to get it off, and he didn't want to get off, and she could not, for the life of her, get it off. She had to come up onto the boat and have another guy help her. And then when they finally got the fucking thing off, I was watching her pull and just one tentacle that was like as fat as my finger, but it was a long one. They could not get it off. And when it was pulling it, the crazy, she had like marks that were going to be there for a couple of days for sure. Like she was covered in this suction shit that had left a mark on her.
Right. Okay. But so if they wrap themselves around my legs and arms, I don't really know what that accomplishes. If they can, like Batman and Robin tying up the Joker's minions on the Adam West series, if they can band together,
If they can get your legs wrapped, they could
but
drown you.
They're not gonna do
What
that.
about if they get on your face, they suffocate you?
That's a different story. Yeah. If they manage to get themselves right over my breathe holes, then that's going to be a problem
Just
for
trying
me.
to think how many would it take for me to stop that one from going to my breathe hole, stop that one going for my breathe hole, and then one gets in my breathe hole because I'm stopping those ones.
Well, you can't
I
parry
would
them.
say
You
10.
can't parry them away because while you're doing that, it's wrapping
Right,
tentacles on you.
so it's 10.
It's going to get on you.
I would say 5 to 10 octopi looking to take my life in a pool, and that's probably a wrap.
I know that they're very smart animals, but I don't think octopuses are smart enough to fight me to the death.
I'm saying if they had to. Because you're
So they're-
right.
They're starving to
If there was
death
just
and-
100 octopus in a pool, I could probably just smash them all. But if it was 100 octopus that were all they wanted to do was kill me.
stone cold man killers.
Yeah, like they've been
Got a
programmed.
taste for human blood.
Yeah, like let's say they were given the vaccine, which obviously is poisoned and has microchips on it.
Right, and they
Would
know
it-
that they're going to die soon anyway, so they have nothing to live for.
I mean, all the octopus have keys stuck to them. It's only a matter of time before the government programs that they should become pedophiles and attack.
Right, they're just going to be 8-legged Manchurian candidates of the sea.
Oh, shit.
Hey, speaking of ancient stuff, I came across this fun news story. They say this was the worst job in ancient Egyptian history. I actually think it was one of the better jobs a person could have, despite its obvious drawbacks. And I'm speaking of basically an ancient proctologist, but what it really was...
Proctologist touches your asshole, right?
In this case, there was a sacred duty performed in the service of the king and also other high-flying Egyptians, the job of anus blower.
You blow up an anus?
Through a long pipe thing.
My job was an anus blower once at a party in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Not so bad, right?
Man, that was probably the coolest job I've ever had.
Right.
Blowing drugs into hot chicks' asses.
If the pharaoh ever felt that he had eaten too much or had some sort of bowel problems, all he need do was call on the anus guard. And the blower would...
King Felcher.
Could also try to deal with hemorrhoids.
Oh, shout out to the fans that have given me all these hemorrhoid cream advice. I think I go to the doctor about my... Is it Friday? Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See if the doctor would consider inserting a golden cannula and blowing hot water through the cannula to your divine back gate.
Oh, that's
one of your options.
You're washing my ass out.
It's like a neti pot for your anus.
It's what do we do, Katie?
It's an enema.
Yeah, it's an enema.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
It's
They had primitive medicine, and they just thought that if something was backed up back there, that you brought in the divine rod of the anus hot water, and that the guy who was appointed by the gods to take care of the pharaoh's divine anus would do his little dancing.
I always thought it was weird that Bobby Brown fingered a poopy out of Whitney when he could have just put the water in and then it shoots all the poopies out. Way more poopy comes out.
Yeah, I don't know that Bobby Brown had a working knowledge of enemas.
Yeah, it's crazy that he didn't. If you're going to do so many drugs that you can't get your poopy out, you got to know about enemas.
Yeah, he's low on my list of people I would want digging a turd out of my ass.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Bobby Brown?
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. I think he'd be pretty high on my list.
Yeah, I feel like he's getting the job done, and that's what he's there to do. It's not like for any other funny business. It's like, I really need this turd out.
I think he's the perfect person for it. He's like he's a man of the people. He's never forgot where he came from.
He's not afraid to put his finger in a poopy.
He's
but
like,
you just said that is not a very efficient... You don't want to pluck a turd out. You want to...
No, but if
flush
somebody's
it.
If we're
going to
saying
do
if
it.
somebody's going to, if someone's only offering to finger my poo out of my anus, I'm going with Bobby Brown.
I know he's done it before. We're going to have jokes about that.
Yeah, I don't need my pants down trying to get a log out of my fucking butthole, and this guy's trying to psych himself up to tug the nug.
That's right.
I need a guy that's like, as soon as your pants are going down, I'm digging that shit out, son. That's what's up. And then we can move on with our lives.
Yeah.
And you'll know Bobby's not affected by it. He's not going to look at you different because he knows he touched your shit. He could care less.
This guy has performed for royal courts across the world and dazzled millions of people at a time with his singing and dancing and just straight up charisma. And he's also pulled poop out of people's ass before.
Would you rather have him do it or Mick Jagger?
I'd way rather Bobby Brown pull poop out. Mick Jagger would probably find my anus like offensive.
I'm
I'm not saying Bobby Brown's gay. I'm just saying
No,
Bobby
I know.
Brown's like, I know what you need.
Right.
I've been there. Let me help you.
Wouldn't mind taking Mick Jagger down a peg,
By making him finger your butt.
taking poop out of me. Yeah.
What would you rather do sexually with Mick Jagger if you had to do one thing? Would you make out with him, or would you butt fuck him, or would you suck his dick?
I'm not really interested in any of those things. I was hoping you were going to offer something more appealing than making out with him, because I don't really want to make out with an old man.
You don't want to make out with Mick Jagger?
No, he's an old man to me.
Would you make out with young Mick Jagger?
No, I made out with a guy one time.
You did?
For like comedy. Yeah, because we were around somebody who was, I think, they weren't. It was just, I don't want to say he was homophobic. It's such a strong word to throw, but he was like freaked out by gay stuff. We were teenage kids.
Oh, okay.
And so we were drunk at a party, and I was just kept on doing gay stuff in front of him, grabbing my friends' dicks. And at one point, we got drunk enough that I was like, I'm just, look out, here it comes. I'm making out with him. And I'll never forget it. I had never thought about it. I assumed it was going to be like making out with a girl. It was really different. And I didn't like it as much.
Yeah.
And when... And 80-year-old men are pretty low on the list of guys that if I had to, I would choose.
Yeah, yeah. I get it.
It's a
totally.
famous mouth. It's one of the most iconic mouths in the world. It's literally their logo.
Yeah, because to me, it wouldn't be gaying out. It would be making out with Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
Which is, I would do that over butt fucking him because I don't want to butt fuck Mick Jagger. I don't feel like he wants me to butt fuck him.
Like, if I was at
I feel like it's a little bit more on the harsh side. If
Yeah.
you're not totally into that, then I'm like, man, did I just rape Mick Jagger? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be a part of like a scarring where he has to get back on the blow because some big Australian dude butt fucked him. But making out, he's made out with dudes for sure.
For sure. If he
He's
was...
probably been butt fucked, I just realized.
Well, what wasn't that a thing? Him and John Lennon,
Rod Stewart,
right? I thought they at least experimented.
Yeah.
Look, if I went out, if I magically woke up and I had teleported and I was in Studio 54 in 1978, and somebody pulled me into a VIP room, and now I don't know if I would have said this when I was 20 years old, but as an almost 44-year-old man, if I had this amazing experience where I'm in the VIP room and we're doing lines, and I'm like, wake up the next morning and go, at one point was I making out with Mick Jagger while Geraldo Rivera tugged on my dick?
That's what's
I
up.
have no regrets. I don't care.
Yeah. I feel like I've done that. It's just a guy that looked like Mick Jagger and a guy that looked like Geraldo Rivera.
And a guy who shared a lot of Geraldo Rivera's politics.
I'm not sure, but yes. Let's assume that.
Speaking of sexual escapades, Kevin, what have you been up to on the internet recently?
Oh, just usual. Trolling for fucking dick, puss, and butt.
Yeah, sure. I love a nice warm veg.
That's your job.
Yeah, so we used to go on Craigslist a bunch and do this on the old radio show.
I don't know what
they
you're
shut
talking
that
about.
down.
Yeah.
So now I go to Double List, which has people posting personal ads, trying desperately to get some booty, and perhaps sometimes even weirder things. I found one woman seeking men who says... Okay, so the subject of her post says, I want to suck and need a hairy butt to make out with.
Oh.
And then
I'd like to suck dick.
her post says, hey guys, I'm 28, here looking for a cute guy who'd like a good, thorough sucking and rimming, perhaps regularly. Prefer guys with body hair, especially if your pubes are untrimmed and natural. Sweaty is another big turn on as well. Could be down to provide oral, too. Okay with married and guys who with girlfriends who can't get licked at home.
Why did this guy pretend to be a woman?
You don't think there's a lady out there that wants to eat a gross butt?
It just seems like such a straightforward gay personal.
I mean, I like that she is like, hey, I just desperately want to make out with a hairy, gross butt. And if you play your cards right, I might suck your dick. One of those
I'm a little
just
turned
seems-
off by penises, but I might make an exception if I like you.
Yeah.
I'm all about rectum pubes.
Kind of sounds exciting, really, to know that there's a bit, because that is weird. And if she's really eating my ass, that she might suck my dick, that's kind of thrilling.
Well, what would be thrilling is if I said, so what do you think? I feel like we're getting along pretty well. Would you care to suck my dick? And she goes, yeah, maybe next time. I think I'm
Yeah.
just good with your hairy asshole.
Yeah.
But, keep my number and we'll see.
I don't know. I feel like, why can't a girl like to eat a hairy ass? Sure, it's not your cup of tea, but how many things are people into that's not your cup of tea? Like, that happens, that's all over the place.
Look, man, I'm the Mulder and Scully of fucking Craigslist ads. I want to believe.
Okay. Somebody out there who's a girl totally wants to eat a hairy man's butt. I believe that.
And can't find one in her personal life.
I believe
has to
that.
take to the internet.
Some
I
guys
want to believe.
Some guys find it intimidating.
You might have a better time believing this one then. So this is the men seeking women section. This guy really drills the point home. The subject of his post is amazing oral for long, large labia pussy lips.
Yep, that's real.
Hello, I am 28, mixed Latino, and I love giving great oral. I am amazing at eating out women, and you definitely won't be disappointed. I have made women orgasm in my mouth multiple times. I have always been attracted to and find it highly arousing with women who have nice, big, long labia lips. I think it's so sexy and beautiful when women have large, long,
Oh,
labia
man.
lifts.
I got it, dude. I got it.
Now this is a lesbian who's going to show up with a fake mustache. She's going to show up dressed like Luigi from Super Mario Brothers. Be like, where's them labes I'm stretching out today?
Oh, man.
So yeah, he just keeps going on and on about how he can eat long labia lips for hours and hours and hours.
Man, I don't like that guy. I don't even like that guy if it's a lesbian with a mustache.
This next post says, "Let me shave you." And then you open it up and it says, "Have you ever fantasized about having a man shave your head? Shave your entire body? Let's explore."
Yeah, that's definitely something you want to explore with a stranger.
I know, right? I think I'd rather have long labias. That seems crazy. Random dude shaves my head. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Like, I legit thought this was just going to be a guy that, like, I don't know, there seems to be a market for, I see on like Pornhub and stuff, there's like shaving videos. You get a girl in the tub, put shaving cream on her, guys into shaving her pussy, and then they have sex.
Yeah.
If that's your thing, you're a guy, you want to shave a girl's pussy, but I was very shocked to find out this guy wants to shave your head.
Look, you gotta already be a member of the Desperado community to be taking on a challenge like this. I'm trying to imagine any friendship or relationship I've ever had. Like if a single mom at my kid's school just showed up one day with her head shaved, and you're like, "Oh, that's cool. You're trying something different." She's like, "No, actually, I met this guy."
You can't say that. You can't say that. You have to go, I shaved my
I
head.
decided to make an 18-month commitment on a whim.
What about if they were like, I'll pay you $1,000 to shave it?
Shave me?
The girl. Because I think it's a bigger deal to shave a girl's head than a guy's head.
Way bigger.
Yeah. I mean, these are hard times. I'm sure there's some lady out there that would be interested in having her head shaved for $1,000. That one snuck out.
Yeah, they all do.
Kevin, how much money would you need for a not creepy gay man, but a stranger, to come to your home and shave you from head to toe for his sexual gratification?
No sex, though.
No.
But he's gonna have a boner. He's gonna be like, oh yeah.
He won't see. He's got pants on.
He's going to spank Pancake for sure.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be making unpleasant noises.
Well, he won't.
Like he'll get a good.
He's not creepy.
Shave line.
Yeah.
Come on.
He'll just do it.
Like, do you think it's possible for me to go to a strip club and enjoy a lap dance without going,
Nope, I do not. I
That's
believe
how
you're gonna
when
make
I
those
walk
noises.
in and they ask me to see my ID, I go,
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, card me. It's so hard.
hard card.
answer the question. How much money?
Yeah.
$5,000.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good deal.
My number's a little bit higher, but you've always been a bit of a gay slut.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, you're pretty easy.
This next post says, sorcerer looking for his curvy witch.
Nice. That's a sweet angle.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying I'm looking for a fat lady, I'm a sorcerer. And now,
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't even know you're a
Yeah.
witch or that you would be interested in a sorcerer.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, maybe I am.
No, I think this guy has cracked the matrix because you know how nobody wants to fuck chicks who like Wicca?
Yeah.
This guy's pretending he likes it.
Nice. What's Wicca?
Witchcraft.
Oh, okay.
But it's folk art. It's actually the most ancient religion in the world.
Oh, man.
They're
So-
like, it's like Satanists. You
Yeah.
know, Satanists will tell you you've got it all wrong about Satanism.
Yeah.
You've got it all wrong about witchcraft, too.
My first wife cast a spell on me.
Was it a good spell?
No, it was some hard times after I left her, so maybe it did work. Also, maybe bullshit, more than
Probably
likely. But I
bullshit.
remember my baby mama, when I started dating her, she said, do you know that your ex-wife, because she looked at the prior stuff on the computer, had become a witch and was working on spells to curse people.
Man.
And I was like, man, I got cursed for sure.
Yeah, she's selling shit on Etsy for sure.
Yeah.
I fully admit, when the internet became a thing, the first thing I looked up on the internet was how to get magic powers.
Right. See, I was kind of thinking about the internet when we were talking about mushrooms earlier. I tend to think that the average young person has the same healthy fear of psychedelics that almost every human being does. But I do think that people who are the sorts of people who push the limits, nobody ever knew what the limits were. It was just, I heard one guy took a whole bag one time and he's in an insane asylum for the rest of his life. Master of Puppets was actually about him. Now you can find all these TikTok videos that are, if you take this many, this is what's going to happen. So the taboo of really pushing the limits on that for the ultimate thrill seeker, I can see how that line would have gotten pushed way, way back.
Yeah, because it has been.
Yeah.
So the sorcerer, looking for a fat witch, says, well, I guess the title says it all. I have been practicing ritual magic for about 18 years.
Nice.
I'm an older white male, and I have an affinity for a woman who is like-minded. This would include a Wiccan, TOS, OTO, GD, or just solo practitioners.
Okay, wait a minute. What's a GD and an OS?
I don't know.
Old slut. Yes. General slut.
There was a TOS in there, too.
Yeah, TOS, OTO, and GD.
Transsexual
Titties of
old
Satan. No, sorry. What? Transsexual
old slut.
I'm super into transsexual old sluts.
That are also witches.
Yeah, all three together, and yes, I want to cast spells. I'm kind of into it, because I know it's not real, but I would be totally into a girl doing evil magic on me while we're fucking.
Yeah,
Make some room that looks all weird and have some fucking incense or whatever and creepy music and do some weird ritual before you fucking eat my ass or something. Awesome.
Yeah. I spent a New Year's evening one time with a girl I just met, and she was doing more of like the goth thing, like the baby doll dresses, kind of like Courtney Love used to do. And she had a bunch of she played like creepy 1930s voodoo music in her house, and she had a bunch of like dolls and shit around. Not exactly the same thing.
But wasn't still pretty creepy.
She wasn't exactly trying to be a haunted doll, and she wasn't exactly doing witchcraft, but it was somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's something missing, and it's hot.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think witch is a solid angle for a more ample lady.
We didn't
just
see
fashion-wise.
The Blair Witch never showed herself.
No, maybe in the second one. Nobody saw the second one.
Nope, I didn't see that.
I did. I don't remember seeing it though.
But this guy describes himself as muscular and strong.
Nope.
Older and bald. More like Anton LaVey than anything else.
Who the fuck is Anton LaVey?
The founder of the Church of Satanism.
Oh.
Or he wrote the Necronomicon, or I don't know. He's one of those guys.
The Necronomicon. Come on, the world. What the fuck? The Necronomicon. Like, no, this is the real book. Like, fucking everybody fucking get a grip. Holy shit.
Perhaps you read my book, The Necronomicon? The Book of the Dead?
The Book of Mormon. It's like, amazing that you're... Look at these books that are totally real that I just wrote. Like, fucking... Come on, man. Harry Potter is...
What does Anton LaVey look like? Celine Dion's ex?
He has really dark eyes, dark rings under his eyes, right?
And bald?
Yeah.
Celine Dion's
It helps eat the evil, for sure.
Yeah. Because Celine Dion's ex looked like a goth Billy
the big
Joel.
fat guy.
Right.
Yeah. He owned, like, record label or something, right?
He managed her when she was 11, and then they fell in love when she turned 18.
That was good of them to wait those 7 years.
Man.
It's good of him to not think of her in that way until she was legal.
Oh, come on, everybody. Come on, guys.
It was good of him to not already be 40 when they met.
See, that's why I feel like everyone should receive a free robot lady. Because you guys... Sometimes I forget how many people would just want to fuck everything.
Is that Anton LaVey? Is that Captain Spock? Did Billy Corgan go paleo?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
He fought Flash Gordon, right?
If it's a windy day, he fucking flies because those ears are fucking Dumbo. He's got testicle bags under his eyes.
He's got a snake on his hand, doesn't he?
Does he?
Get fucked.
I saw a homeless guy with a snake in his hand yesterday, and I was like, man, poor snake.
Yeah.
Like, how cold's he at night? You know?
Not ideal.
Yeah.
Okay, this next post says... Granny gum jobs. Anyone into giving chubby guys a gum job? Let me know if interested, and we can work something out. So, lot of working parts here. You need an old granny willing with no teeth, willing to blow a fat guy.
I thought that toothless blowjobs weren't all that hard to come by on the open market.
Really?
It's not like a methy thing.
Oh, but it's usually there's still a couple of teeth, which makes it worse.
Yeah. Because now you got a jagged surface.
Yeah, like one tooth blowjobs, it's dangerous as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
true.
want no teeth at all or full teeth?
all or nothing at all.
Yeah, that's how I roll with blowjobs. Yeah.
You're going to need a legit granny then.
Yeah, because when you have the dentures, they blow all the other ones out so that you can have that on there. Yeah, I've never... I can't remember, but I don't think I've ever had anybody pull their teeth out to suck me off.
Is wanting to get a blowjob from a toothless grandma really so wrong?
No. It's only wrong if grandma says, please don't put your dick in my mouth. If she's hitting on you, like to the point where you're like, oh my God, are you really serious? You really want me to? Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't want this to be a cash exchange. That would be really depressing to me if this is grandma's doing this because she's on a fixed income.
I would do it for like meatballs or like a cupcake or something.
Oh my God.
Like a food exchange.
So in exchange for her being able to blow me, she's also giving me meatballs?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I would prefer...
Probably good meatballs.
For some weird reason,
Probably.
I would prefer a cake from an old person. I don't really want their hot meat.
Oh. I tend to think of grandmas as being elite at, like, slow cooking.
I know, but I don't
dishes.
like their old hands on my hot food.
Oh.
But a cake, I feel like once it's baked, they don't touch it anymore.
I'm okay with grandmas. I think if I'm okay with putting my penis in your toothless mouth, I've got to be okay with you touching my meatball.
Yeah, I'm not saying I wouldn't eat her meatballs for fucking her face. I'm saying that I prefer a sponge cake.
To each their own.
Or a lemon meringue pie from an old person. I would totally come in their face.
So, Fat Boy's got grandma issues?
Probably.
Yeah.
Speaking of issues, holy shit, this next one. Father/stepson threesome duo.
Father, stepson.
And they also spelled duo wrong.
He's having a hard time bonding with Mark.
I don't know if he's having a hard time because the post says...
Getting on like a house on fire, really.
Have you ever fantasized about being with a father and stepson at the same time?
Oh, man.
My stepson and I love to play with a female together. We are both well hung. Dad, 8 inches. Stepson, 7 inches.
Oh, Mum must be proud, right?
Dad is all white and stepson is half Latino. Both are HWP. You can reach us on here or on Dad's Kick.
Yeah. In hell. Katie, does that sound like something a girl would be into?
Nope.
This sounds like somebody who's watched 85% of the porn clips that have been produced in the last 10 years.
And thinks that girls would be into that. I didn't know that it went the other way. I thought only dudes wanted to watch fake sisters smash. I didn't know girls wanted to watch fake brothers smash.
No, I think this guy watches a lot of step-kid, quote-unquote, incest porn and realizes that he has 2/3 of that potential puzzle right in his house.
I do have a question about all this. I would really like to know does gay porn have brother fuckers? Is it a big market to fuck your cousin?
Probably.
Or is it only a straight thing where everybody's? I know that
we're related.
I know that there's a lot of sisters and mums that fuck their daughters or whatever, or the mum has a friend and the friend teaches the daughter about sex. Those happen a lot, and it's super big because I know a couple of people. We know Ryan Keeley, who was a Penthouse pet, who kind of dropped off, got a little bigger, got a little older, and now she's like one of those sister fucking people. Yeah, and she's never been bigger. She's gigantic.
The MILF stuff is really big.
She's got a whole new wave of thing and it seems like that's a really big market. I don't watch a lot of porn. I kind of use I'm in the same video over and over again because I got the theater. It's just so I don't have the internet on it. But when I did surf, I never saw brother fuckers in gay porn. It was more of you could fuck your sister, or you could have straight sex with a girl who's related to you, but you can't. Gay guys don't do it. Same as I noticed when you brought up parodies. Gay guys don't do parody porn that much. Like they don't play the joke thing. It's more just like come in my anus 5 and stuff like that, which is it's catchy, I guess.
Well, speaking of, that brings us to the men seeking men section, and this post says stiff rag here, and then you open it up. And he gives a little bit of his info and then says, have a fetish for underwear and cum rags. I have one, which must have 30-plus loads now.
Oh, come on.
Looking to trade.
I mean, do we go there and tie him up and wash it all or something? Like, what? He needs to be stopped. There needs to be like not a jail, but he needs to be put on time out, or you need
a forced maid.
Just need somebody to convince him that that's not what you want to do for the rest of your life.
I can't believe I've never heard of this before. It makes total sense. Like anything that's tied up in sex, particularly like formative experience of sex, like guys who were at home. I've never understood the sock thing. I'm not going to go through it again. There's just fucking tissues are clearly superior every which way. But if you were at home, if you're a gay teen and you're jerking off in your sock and you're thinking, man, I wonder what my buddy's got, what kind of socks he's got under his bed right now. Your sock is worthless to you, but somebody else's is gold to you. All you need to find is somebody who feels the same way. This is a total win-win.
Kevin, didn't you come in one spot on the carpet in your house for years?
I did. When I first discovered masturbation,
Okay.
I didn't know like the properties of it or anything. So like even back then, I jerk off on my knees.
What are the properties of it now?
Well, so what's the best way to describe this? Like if I spilled some water on the carpet, it's just gone the next day. So
you thought cum evaporates.
Yeah, okay. I thought it would just go.
The cum genie cleans it up.
Yeah.
So there was
but then
this
you
spot,
used to come in the same spot over and over again.
Because there was this spot next to my bed.
Yeah. Oh.
And I would kneel down and jerk off and just come on the floor. And
leave it.
Leave it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But you didn't see it start to pile up?
It came out of nowhere. Like one
You're
day.
saying just one day when you went to jizz in the same spot that you've been jizzing in your whole life, you're like, wait a minute, what's this giant stain of old jizz?
Yeah.
Where did this cum mountain come from?
Okay, let me ask you this. Once you jizzed on the jizz stain and went, whoa, there's a jizz stain there, did you come on that jizz stain again?
Yeah. Because at that point, I was just like, well, the damage is already done.
Oh, my God.
Fuck you! Fucked up. Fuck you!
It's so bizarre. I never even...
Fuck you!
I was 13.
I never thought about this because it was so blatantly obvious it didn't bear thinking about, but in my parents' living room, they had like an area rug. So, there's rug, but it's not wall-to-wall carpeting, so there's wood. And if anything happened on that wood, I think the only thing that would have gone through my mind is, oh my God, if somebody sees a tiny little speck of anything, they're going to figure this out. I need to be extra careful, like paranoid about cleaning it up.
I used to jizz in the shower, and then I would rub the grate of the...
Oh, to get it all through?
To make sure that, because sometimes jizz sticks, so I would soap the floor to make sure there was no jizz on in the little grill thing.
It seems very obvious to me that you want to get rid of that stuff for every single conceivable reason, and there's no good reason to keep it around, and that's why I never understood the jizz sock, and I really don't understand what you're talking about.
Well, because that's the thing. I thought it just went away. I thought it just evaporated until it was literally just like a night and day thing. One day I looked down, and it was this giant patch, and I was like, oh my God.
How could it have all of a sudden turned into a giant patch?
It clearly didn't, but I just don't have the eye for detail. And when I finally did notice it, it was...
How many times did you jizz there in a week?
I wasn't... I think when I first discovered jacking off, I wasn't a daily guy. But the worst part, like once it reached the point of no return, I was just like, fuck it, and just kept doing it. My buddy that lived in the same apartment complex came over one day, and I had recently jerked off, and he barefoot stepped on it.
Oh my God, dude.
And I saw I saw the color drain out of his face when the all the dots connected in his head, and he's just like, I gotta go home, and walked out.
And then did you clean it?
I didn't know how.
Did you have a cum stain in your bedroom for your whole childhood until you left that house?
Is it still there now?
No, because that was...
Wait, do your parents still own that house?
No, it was an apartment.
Okay, so that apartment's no longer in the family?
Yeah, we've been out of there.
Did you, as far as you know, when you left that apartment, was the stain still there?
I think so.
So there was never a day where you were like, man, not only will so you kept coming on the stain.
Did your
You
mom?
didn't you?
Did you ever talk to your
Yeah.
mom about how she lost her deposit on that apartment?
No.
Because
a piece of it,
Because
for sure.
that came up.
Well, for sure, one time she was like, what the hell's all over your carpet? And I was just like, I don't know. And that got me out of it.
But then she just didn't clean it. Oh. She said, "What's that?" And you said, "I don't know." And then both of you kept coming on it, and she didn't clean it. Like, I got kids, they got rooms.
It's crazy.
If there was a fucking stain in the room that was anything, I'd go, "What the fuck happened? What'd you do?"
Yeah.
And if they go, "I don't know," I'm like, "Man, you don't know."
Yeah, that's not the end of the story.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
She's probably like, you're a disgusting 13-year-old. You just sit in your own filth in your fucking gross room.
Okay, maybe for a week to maybe teach you a lesson, but just for the rest of your childhood, the cum stain stays.
I mean, we moved out of there when I was like, I don't know, 14 or 15.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I can't. I'm putting myself in this situation where you go, oh, I can't. There's like a mess, and it's right next to the bed, and sometimes there's blankets on top of it. It just sort of blends in a little bit. When you move out and there's nothing left in the apartment, and you look in the room, and the eye is just drawn to this stain in the middle of the room. There's no landlord on earth who just goes, I don't know, maybe he just jizzed there a whole bunch. It'll probably evaporate someday.
Yeah. And if you're saying the stain was big enough to see, it was very noticeable, and it's only from jizzing on the carpet, that is a crazy stain. And you had your hands in this fashion. You're saying the stain was this big.
It was about as big as this circle here.
Oh my God. So
What?
that's bigger than like the circumference of a basketball.
Way big.
Yeah.
Yeah, beach ball, even a little bigger than that.
Yeah, kind of like a manhole cover.
It's like a medicine.
God.
It's like a man. If Tigers,
That's insane.
yeah, I would be worried if Tiger made a medicine ball circle of jizz in his bedroom.
Yeah. That there's something wrong with him.
Yeah.
Masturbating is perfectly natural
Yeah,
and
but
normal.
just doing that in that same spot over and over again, and we got to talk. You might need to see a therapist.
Yeah.
That might have helped things.
Right?
It's a different era. I remember talking to Tony the other day on our show where he said there was a time where he wore this one company's pants and a cut-off shirt and a bum bag. And I was like, what are you thinking? And he's like, that's what I'm saying. I needed guidance. Like, there was times there in my career where I totally needed a friend that was like, dude, I know you might feel like you're free in those pants because it's very thin material, but you need to fucking get real pants on. You look like an asshat. You're one with the jizz. You needed to have a talking about nothing wrong with jizzing, but you gotta... That's like jizzing on your pillow and just sleeping in your own jizz almost. You're just like, where else am I going to do it?
I mean, I had just discovered masturbation.
What's
didn't have-
weirder? He jizzes in the same spot over and over again, or every time he jizzes, he just uses it in his hair to make it slick back.
Oh, come on. Putting jizz on your head's weirder.
Is it? I mean, in the end, you probably shower and it comes out every day.
He was just engaging in this sort of magical thinking of, if I pretend that it's not there, then it's not there. Which is harder to do when you're using it as gel.
You don't jizz on the carpet now, right?
No.
Right.
And now he just is in the toilet.
Yeah, like a big boy.
Right.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm glad you figured that out.
Yep. Want more Craigslist?
I don't know. Not really sure that I do.
Wow. Okay.
We could be done here.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Patreon.com/EllisMate. Literally, if you like this show, there's 400% more of it every week at patreon.com/EllisMate.
And you get all the ones we've done previously.
And don't forget, after listening to it, to give us a 5-star or give us a review. Much appreciated. Thanks, everybody. See you next week. Don't die.
Bing, boing, boing.
If you want more Jason Ellis Show, sign up for their Patreon at patreon.com/EllisMate for a 2-hour show every Tuesday and Wednesday. To watch full episodes of The Jason Ellis Show, subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/The Jason Ellis Show. And don't forget to follow the crew on Instagram at Wolfmate, at Tollywood, at Kevin Kraft, at Underwear Wolf, and at The Jason Ellis Show.